Good morning and welcome to another edition of Ralph's House. Yes, it's Friday and my sister Libby and her husband Steve are coming over today so that we can have yet another go at this lovely wood chip paper, which is damn difficult to get off, and you've really got to get a bite on it so the water will get in. And I know you can buy a thing called a tiger's claw, although apparently they blunt after a while, but it's got lots of little cogs, sharp cogs on the underside that roll about and cut into the paper and allow the water to soak in. Well, I haven't got one of those, but I'm going to make one out of a flat piece of wood, drill a series of holes in it and put wood chip screws, which are quite sharp, screw them through, and hopefully that will give us a similar effect. We will see, won't we, really? Anyway, I admire their keenness, is that the word? To come and help me with this. But to be honest, if I can get all the rest of this paper off, it's going to make such a difference to me next week. Because this is the front bedroom, which I also need to finish. I came across this right next to the window. When I started to tap all the plaster that was here, it sounded hollow. So I've had to rebuild that up. So I'm just putting a bonding coat on, and then I'm going to put a coat of finishing plaster across the whole lot to smooth it out. So that should be that. But I need to get this room finished, because not only have I got the wiring for the sockets to do in here, I will also have the wiring for the lights underneath. This is the thing, you see. When you're doing one room and you're doing wiring, it's not just the one, you've got to consider the one below, because if I'm going to have boards up, that's fine, but I don't want to have to take them up yet again before the room's complete. So it's a case of doing that all in one go. And also next week I will be taking out those pieces of angle iron that are, well, I wouldn't even say they're bolted into the wall, they're sitting in the brickwork. They originally held a water tank. So that's got to come out, and then I could kind of work on finishing this. I had hoped to keep this rail, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Not sure, we'll see when we come to it. Principally because so much of it is missing, and I've got lengths of it left over, but it still needs all cutting and fixing up and trying to make a tidy job out of it. Not really sure on that one. So that's it, Friday morning. We'll just wait for those two to arrive, and then we'll have some fun. Yeah, well, that's what I've come up with. A bit of scrap pine, drilled some holes in it, because the trouble with pine, it tends to split, doesn't it? So I thought, well, I'll drill 5 holes in it, and how about that for scratching the wallpaper up? Should do the job, shouldn't it? We'll give that a go. Scratched all that up. Sprayer bottle, fair bit of washing up liquid and some fabric conditioner. Not sure whether the fabric conditioner works, but allegedly it softens the paper, but also it makes the room smell nice. So I'd put some fabric conditioner in. That's been on about 3/4 of an hour, so we'll see if that makes things just a little bit easier. And they're going to be here any minute, so we'll give it another spray down, and that should almost be ready to come off. My sister's taking the nibble approach.
Well, it's like, I don't know, like a whole piece has come off and I think, oh, I'm doing well. And then it just goes back to nibbling again, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes you get a whole run.
Yeah.
I find this with ceilings. And once you start, I don't know what kind of approach Steve's taking. Did she scrape her one, Charlie?
No, I'm just going over it. The bits that are wet, that are bubbled, are coming off. You just have to respray that bit. And
Alright, I'll give it a blast for you as well. Top's nice and easy. As soon as you get that top layer off, see why the ceiling's got to come off, can't you? Yeah. Once that top layer's off,
piece of wiggle.
Yeah, the stuff underneath just like mulch, isn't it? But it's wood chips, like. Yeah, it's like trying to scrape chipboard.
Bring back Nova Mura.
Oh, Vimura.
I remember that, Graham
and Flotex carpet.
Bring back the 70s.
I rather like Flotex, except the fact it didn't have a very high pile. It always came up clean, didn't it?
I can remember having 40 boxes of carpet tiles. But what am I going to do with them? So I started to put them down in the lounge.
Yeah.
Big mistake. The ends all come up. You can't keep them down, so they ended up flooring my loft.
By great demand, here is the broom.
Hey!
Yay! And we have got one helper who's sleeping on the job. And I need to show you this. Sorry. That's Beanie. You don't feel a need, do you, Beanie? No, I don't blame you. See, this is the technique for getting, and he's an expert now, for getting...
I am with your mouth open.
You've got to get the top layer of the wallpaper off first and go really slowly with it until you've gone right across the other side of the room. And then that paper mulch underneath, you wet that and that comes off so easy. But if you try and just soak the paper and go at it with a scraper, you're going to be there all day. Look at that. It's almost satisfying. Look at that. Yep. So, is he going to go for number 2? Will it start? Is it too wet? Oh, it's a bitty one.
Oh, if I can get it.
You've got to get quite a run, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, oh. Oh, it's going to be a triangle. A disappointing triangle. Anyway, you get the general idea. Yeah.
It's wet. Bugger.
Right, we're into part 2 now. And look.
Is that like on the streets of San Francisco?
Look at that, that's all gone.
Carl Mullen.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah, Carl Mullen with the strawberry
I
nose.
loved Michael Douglas. Still love Michael Douglas.
Yeah, so we've got a little bit of a patch here, a little bit down there that Steve's addressing.
What are you saying?
Hello! The wallpaper.
What are you saying to that?
A little bit round there, a little bit there, but that's it.
Fortified by sandwiches.
But marks out of 10 for toughness, getting this wood chip off.
Helped a lot by you
Spraying
your,
it, but
yeah,
even
with
then...
your little machine. You've got to show your little machine that you do.
Oh yeah, this thing I did earlier this morning with the screws did the job, didn't it? But you've got to keep it off the plaster, obviously, otherwise you score your plaster up. But yeah, it shifted it. And actually, all the rest of the paper in this house is quite
Are you
easy.
going to? I bet you can't see it from there. The trailer with the books.
And there's the trailer with the books.
Oh, except for the man with the dog.
Except for the man with the dog, yeah. Yep. So yeah, good progress.
Part 2.
Steve's into a swing now. Doesn't it make a difference when you really scratch it up though and soak it again?
Oh, yeah.
Reasons to be cheerful.
I definitely would not use a steamer on plaster. It's the worst thing you can use on plaster. I've got one, but it doesn't work. This is the fastest way of getting wood chip off. There is no fast way, is there?
No.
You've just got to get it
The
off.
scratching helps because then
The water.
you can, and wetting, a lot of wetness.
Yeah.
A lot of wetness.
We need wetness.
Only I can say that. A lot of wetness. And then you glide.
It's Glide. Glide.
And it just peels off.
Let's see. This is get rid of the books. I'm doing it too, but.
Practical wireless circus manual.
Just the sort of stuff you want.
Hobbies Annual 1966, 1951,
Yeah, to somebody.
1954.
Huge collection for somebody. I couldn't be bothered.
Success with Clematis.
Gone. Oh well, that's the way it goes. Well, certainly diminishing light. But that's these walls stripped. Pretty much. We've still got a few bits to do over the top. I shall get the focus. I shall get the ceiling done. But that's it. That's all the wood chip paper off. That's paint. Anyway, the light is fading, but I've promised that I'm going to take a certain young lady out. This is my exercise for the afternoon. Boy, does this dog pull. Come on, Beanie. Well, I think that's it from Ralph's house today.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think there's much else
Well,
we
only
can do.
because Steve's doing. You've got to say why we're walking the dog.
Yeah, Steve's finishing off, killing off what was the word you used?
Pernicious.
Pernicious weed.
Not a perpetual, but it's one of them as well.
I think it's an arum lily. It's called Lords and Ladies.
Horrendous.
And it's spreading all over the place. So he's off killing that. And we've decided to give this dog, well actually this dog's giving me a walk. So that's it from Ralph's house. Don't forget to like at the bottom, leave a comment. That's it. Thank you for watching.
See you soon.
Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.